I see they've gone through some both, and it's hard. I really can second guess it a lot. It breaks my heart where I'm like, this shit would never happen if, I wasn't in this life.
And how it happens, it happened in Miami, in a friend of mine's home, which he allowed me to have the wedding, beautiful home by the canal. And it was in Miami, and we had like 250 people, like her family, my family, some friends. It was crazy. It was a beautiful wedding, it was outside, beautiful ceremony. She looked, stunning. I looked stunning. And it was good. It was hot because it was in February, and it was like in the middle of the summer, pretty much in Miami. And it was amazing. We started at 2 o'clock, I believe, and it ended at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Paparazzi, they were there, trying to take pictures, filming, over the fence. I mean, it was a great experience. It was happy, it was sad, because you can see her like tears, when she was getting married. I cried because I couldn't believe it. I was totally in love. We were totally in love.
But head down to the comments and let me know which of the two clips you feel he's talking about someone that he has respect for, that he looks up to, and which one he's talking about someone where he doesn't really have that same amount of respect.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. After months of speculation, the pair are calling it quits.
Ever wondered why J.Lo's relationships always seem to end in disaster? Well, Marc Anthony and A-Rod think they know why. They're pointing fingers and sharing secrets about what really happens behind closed doors. The Jenny from the block we think we know might have a darker side, and her exes are ready to reveal it. Rumor has it that J.Lo and Ben Affleck are on the verge of splitting up, and their $60 million mansion is at stake, without a prenup in place. That's right, this breakup isn't just about heartache, it's about major cash. But that's just scratching the surface of this celebrity drama. Curious to know what else is on the line? J.Lo's love might not cost a thing, but her breakups? That's another story. Hey, wait, music fans! I've got a fun challenge for you to test your Hollywood knowledge. Ready? Here we go. What is Jennifer Lopez's full birth name? Option 1, Jennifer Lynn Lopez. Option 2, Jennifer Marie Lopez. Option 3, Jennifer Ann Lopez. Option 4, Jennifer Rose Lopez. Drop your answer in the comments below, and let's see how many of you get it right. I will pin the correct answer in the comment box. Let's get back to our topic. We're about to dive deep into the drama, dollars, and dirt surrounding Jenny from the block. Did J.Lo just pull one over on Ben Affleck? The buzz is real, and Marc Anthony and A-Rod are ready to spill the tea on her love life. And believe me, it's not all glitz and glam. Let's talk about Marc Anthony, J.Lo's ex-husband and the father of her twins. Word is, he's not too happy with how things are unfolding in J.Lo's romantic life. And can you really blame him? He's trying to co-parent in the middle of all this Hollywood chaos.
You understand what I'm saying? And they're used to me traveling and Jennifer traveling, and we Skype all the time, and trying to maintain that presence. They're still young, you know what I mean?
Do you love Jennifer?
I'll always love Jennifer. Yeah. I always love Jennifer. She knows it.
Sources say Marc Anthony has been watching J.Lo's whirlwind of relationships with a mix of frustration and concern. It's not just about her bouncing from one high-profile romance to the next. It's how all this media attention is impacting their kids. Imagine being a teenager and seeing your mom's love life plastered across every tabloid and gossip site. Not exactly a walk in the park, right? But here's where things take a turn. Marc has reportedly reached his breaking point with J.Lo's latest reunion with Ben Affleck. Remember when Bennifer 2.0 took the spotlight? Everyone was swooning over their rekindled romance. But Marc was seeing red flags. For 7 years, Marc and Jennifer were Hollywood's ultimate power couple. But just 6 weeks ago, they stunned everyone by announcing their divorce. To cope, Marc has been hitting the road on his new motorcycle, which he calls his little escape. But what's the real reason behind their breakup? According to Marc, it's simple. Their marriage just wasn't working anymore. Both of them saw the writing on the wall, so it wasn't a huge shock. The hardest part? Explaining it to their twins, Max and Emmy. Despite the split, Marc is committed to being their dad no matter what. The twins are used to seeing him and Jennifer constantly on the go, so they're adjusting as best as they can. But with all this drama swirling around, it's no easy feat for anyone involved.
it's not the end of that. It's not. This is not a funeral. This is not a burial. This is not. You understand? This is just two people who came together and just realized. You know, so I'm saying that it wasn't sustainable the way it was, and that's that.
But it wasn't one thing. It wasn't American Idol. It wasn't her working out there. It wasn't.
You know, I think anybody will tell you, you know, how I supported her, you know, from day one.
Marc Anthony is now worried that all this relationship chaos is disrupting their kids' sense of stability. And let's be honest, kids need stability like fish need water. You might think Marc and J.Lo have their co-parenting figured out, right? Well, not quite. The Bennifer 2.0 situation is reportedly putting some serious strain on their co-parenting dynamic. Imagine trying to keep a house of cards from collapsing in a windstorm. That's how Marc feels. He's reportedly concerned that J.Lo is prioritizing her love life over their kids' well-being, and it's sparking major tension between the two. But the drama isn't just limited to their personal lives. It's bleeding into J.Lo's career as well. She's been working on a big project titled The Greatest Love Story Never Told. But at this rate, it could become the greatest disaster story ever told. Why? Because J.Lo is reportedly having trouble getting other celebrities on board with the project. The most painful rejection, Anthony Ramos, the breakout star from In the Heights, is said to have turned down a role in the project. Ouch. But here's the kicker. Rumor has it Ramos passed on the project because of J.Lo's relationship with Marc Anthony. This rejection led to a heated exchange between J.Lo and Marc, and it's easy to imagine how tense that phone call must have been. Marc's worries about their kids' well-being are one thing, but now this is impacting J.Lo's career? The stakes are getting higher by the day. And then there's A-Rod. Remember him? J.Lo's former fiancé, the baseball star. He's not just sitting on the sidelines while all this Bennifer drama plays out. He's got some thoughts, and they aren't exactly warm and fuzzy. Word on the street is that A-Rod is feeling pretty salty about how things ended with J.Lo. Can you blame him? One minute, they're planning a wedding, and the next, he's watching her reunite with Ben Affleck splashed across every magazine cover. But here's where it gets even juicier. Sources close to A-Rod say he believes J.Lo might have played Ben. Yep, you heard that right. A-Rod reportedly thinks J.Lo is taking advantage of Ben's feelings, and he's dropping hints that he's seen this all before. Think about it. A-Rod was with J.Lo for years, so he knows her better than most. When he suggests that she might not be as emotionally invested in her relationship with Ben as Ben is, people are listening. Is A-Rod on to something? Or is this just a case of sour grapes? A-Rod isn't just venting to his friends, though. He's taking it to social media. After J.Lo filed for divorce from Ben, A-Rod posted a cryptic message that got everyone talking. You either go one way or the other. You might as well be the one deciding the direction. He didn't mention J.Lo by name, but come on. The timing, the wording, it's pretty obvious who he's referring to. According to sources, A-Rod isn't just watching all this unfold from the sidelines. He's actually enjoying it. Yeah, you read that right. One insider even said A-Rod feels like karma has finally come around to do its job. Ouch, that's some serious shade. It's like A-Rod sitting back, grabbing the popcorn and watching J.Lo's love life implode. Is it petty? Maybe. But can you really blame him? He went from planning a future with J.Lo to watching her jump back into Ben's arms faster than you can say Jenny from the block. And here's the kicker. A-Rod reportedly described the time after his breakup with J.Lo as the worst year of his life. So why is A-Rod so convinced that J.Lo isn't being genuine with Ben? It might have something to do with how quickly she moved on after their split. A-Rod's perspective on this whole situation paints a picture of J.Lo as someone who's always on the hunt for the next big thing, never staying in one place or relationship for too long. This latest chapter in J.Lo's love life isn't just about rekindling old flames. It's affecting everyone in her orbit, from her kids to her exes to her career. And while the world watches, one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And let's not forget Ojani Noah, J.Lo's first husband. He's recently been spilling some serious tea, claiming that J.Lo's only true love is herself. Ouch, that's a pretty harsh take, right? But wait, it gets even more interesting. Noah has been quoted saying that J.Lo transitioned from being Jen to J.Lo, a big business mogul raking in millions. He wasn't shy about expressing his doubts about their marriage. He remarked, "I wish her and Ben the best, but I'm not convinced it will last." Noah even went further, predicting that J.Lo might end up being married 7 or 8 times. He believes she's someone who constantly seeks advancement in her professional life, which explains her 3-decade career, but she also moves on quickly in her personal life. We've heard from the exes, but now it's time to dive into the breakup that's got everyone talking. It's J.Lo and Ben's first wedding anniversary. While most couples are celebrating with champagne and cake, these two are filing for divorce. Remember the speculation about when they actually split? The divorce papers reveal the separation date as April 26, 2024, meaning they'd been living separate lives for months before making it official. Looks like their happily ever after had an expiration date. You'd think two Hollywood heavyweights would have an airtight prenup, right? Wrong. These lovebirds entered their marriage without a financial safety net. In California, where they filed, that means everything they earned during the marriage gets split right down the middle. Speaking of splitting, let's talk about their $60 million mansion, the one with more bathrooms than your entire neighborhood. That's up for grabs now. They had already put it on the market before filing for divorce, which makes you wonder if they saw this coming. Here's where it gets even wilder. J.Lo decided to file for divorce without a lawyer. Yep, she's going pro per, as they say in legal terms. This move has everyone scratching their heads. Is J.Lo in such a hurry to move on that she's willing to risk millions? Or does she think she's got everything under control? Either way, it's a bold move. And get this, J.Lo's waving spousal support for both herself and Ben. Some might call that admirable, but others are questioning her motives. Is she trying to make a clean break? Rumor has it that J.Lo and Ben have been in intense negotiations for months. Apparently, their communication has become so strained, it's like they're speaking different languages. Maybe that's why J.Lo chose to go without a lawyer. She figured she couldn't make things worse on her own. However, with no prenup and all these shared assets, this divorce could turn into a complicated mess. There's chatter that J.Lo was so eager to prove this marriage was for real that she refused to sign a prenup. Now, rumor has it that Ben might be dragging his feet on the divorce, possibly hoping to cash in on half of everything J.Lo earned while they were together. But were they really in it just for the money? Let's be honest. J.Lo doesn't need Ben's chump change. These two first crossed paths over 2 decades ago, and despite their initial split in 2004, they made a grand comeback in 2021. Fast forward to 2022, and Bennifer 2.0 finally tied the knot. Now, J.Lo is gearing up to drop her 9th album, and guess who's her biggest cheerleader? That's right, Ben. Who's standing by her side, waving those pom-poms high? But this isn't just about the music. This power duo has a combined net worth that's making our heads spin, over $500 million. J.Lo's financial contribution is significant, holding the lion's share of the fortune. Out of their combined $640 million net worth, J.Lo owns approximately 70%, which amounts to $450 million. Her success comes from her global domination in the music and film industries. She's sold over 80 million records, and her On the 6th tour pulled in $765,000, while her Dance Again World Tour raked in over $50 million. J.Lo isn't just making waves, she's breaking records. On top of that, J.Lo's earnings are impressive. She typically earns around $9 million per film. For perspective, she made $1 million for her breakout role in Selena. When she's not acting, she's earning as a judge on American Idol, pulling in $2 million per season. Now, let's shift the spotlight to Ben. Compared to J.Lo, his fortune is a bit more modest, ranging between $150 million and $190 million. But don't underestimate him. He still has a strong cash flow. His property near Savannah, where they got married, is worth over $7 million. Together, they splurged on a $64 million mansion featuring 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and a staggering 16,000 square feet of luxury on a 1.13-acre lot. Ben earns around $22 to $24 million annually, mainly from his work as an actor, filmmaker, and brand endorser. His movie paychecks range from $12 to $15 million, and his earnings from playing Batman in 2014 alone totaled $35 million. However, there are also rumors about his gambling debts, which might explain why some fans speculate about the true motives behind their marriage. Some fans theorize that J.Lo might have canceled her tour because she saw the writing on the wall, anticipating a financial split. Others suggest Ben rushed to the altar without a prenup, let her buy the house, and now plans to squeeze every last bit of money out of her. They argue that he's been stringing her along with hopes of reconciliation while plotting his financial gain. But this isn't just about J.Lo and Ben. There's also the public image aspect. J.Lo has had more high-profile breakups than most people have had hot dinners. Will this latest split finally tarnish her Golden Girl image, or can she spin it into another comeback story? History seems to repeat itself with J.Lo. From Johnny Noah to Ben Affleck, twice if you're counting, J.Lo has been known for hopping from one high-profile relationship. But now, it's not just about J.Lo anymore. Her exes are speaking out, and their comments paint a less than flattering picture. Marc Anthony, A-Rod, and even Johnny Noah are all singing a similar tune, questioning J.Lo's commitment. We're not saying J.Lo is some kind of villain. Relationships are complex, especially under the public eye. But when multiple exes start echoing the same concerns, it makes you wonder if there's some truth to their claims. Some fans are even placing them on Ben, suggesting he was never fully committed and that he's the one who's been causing trouble. So what's next for J.Lo? It looks like she's got some serious soul-searching to do. Her image is taking a hit, and with her career potentially on the line, she might need to do some damage control. Will she ever find lasting love, or is she destined to keep playing musical chairs with Hollywood's hottest stars? It's time for J.Lo to take a good, hard look in the mirror. Is this just who she is, or can Jenny from the block change her ways? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to catch our next video. Things are heating up and you won't want to miss it.